Let's take a look at what's happening in the world right now. What's happening in the world? We're going through a very important era, time change. It started just barely over a year ago, the whole era of the coronavirus. In this time period with so many people staying at home, having to go within themselves, having to be at home with their family members when oftentimes they would try to escape it, working at home when normally they trudge off to the office, to their cubicles, to their mid-level managers' jobs. Now they were at home, and it gave them time to ponder, to consider, is this really what I want in my life? And again, this is all happening at a deeper level of consciousness, not necessarily human thinking. There was human thinking to go with it, but there's something happening deep down underneath. Kind of a whole shift that was taking place in the world. In the last year, while all that was happening, there were huge resources put into technology, as well as just about every other aspect of human life. Just about every aspect of human life was touched by an incident that was global, that wasn't a war. In all of this that's happening all around you, please don't judge it as good or bad. Don't get into the conspiracies. The conspiracies will suck you down a rabbit hole that would be very, very hard to get out of. Stand behind the short wall. Observe what's going on in the world. Be aware of what's coming next to this planet. Because you can't go through a period like this, the coronavirus era, without major things happening as a result of it. What about Shambra? What about Shambra through all this, and where are we? Right now, there's about just under 1,500 Shambra who have allowed their realization. Now, there's some others who claim their realization, but they actually don't believe it. They say the words, but they really don't believe it, so therefore it almost can't occur. Don't think that you're doing something wrong, or you need to be doing something else, or worse yet, don't get doubtful or frustrated about it. Just allow it to happen. It's called relaxing into realization, not racing into it. And the best thing you can do for yourself right now is to enjoy, or at least be aware of the experience that you're going through right now. That's the best thing. Now, on to the subject I really want to talk about here. Right now, we're coming to a reset of consciousness on the planet. And this isn't like going through the photon belt or anything like that. It's not like the whole planet is going to go dark for 3 days. Most people will never even notice that it took place, because the reset occurs at a very, very deep level. Very, very deep level. Feel into it. It's a reset, a huge reset of global consciousness. Then you'll start really seeing the results of that reset coming, I would say, starting in about the June time period and going forward for many, many years to come. You came here to be here for this at the time of machines. You came here to be one who helps then to shine the potentials. As people reset and they wonder what next, what's available to them, what direction to take in their lives, how to connect with their own spirit, or spirituality as they would call it, they're going to be looking for that. And that's, again, why you're here on the planet. Now is the time for each and every one of you to be the Merlin I am. Some might say that, well, the expectations are now so high that you can time travel. The expectations are so high that you're just going to be wealthy and abundant without really having to work on it. The expectations are high that we're all going to be having this free energy body, whatever that happens to be. The expectations are high that your body learns to heal itself. The expectations that there is magic, that there is fantasy and all the rest of this. So there are some that are going to say, let's hold back the expectations because we don't want disappointment. And maybe this is all some big fantasy, some big game anyway. So let's be realistic, some will say, about our expectations on this. And I say, absolutely not. You're not here to compromise. You're not here to hold back. You're not here to pander to your own fears that these things may not happen. And now is the time for us to go full blast into it. It can be done. It can be done. And in my lifetime at St. Germain, I proved it to myself and probably to others. The ones who are coming after you want to know that it worked, want to know that you were able to transcend the limitations of the 3D human reality and truly become masters on the planet. This is why you came here. And I don't want you to diminish any of that. You could say it's a time of fantasy, and that's absolutely correct. We're going beyond where human consciousness has been in the past. I'm asking you to dream big, to imagine big. I'm asking you to live big simply by changing your consciousness, taking off any blinders or limitations, realizing that energy is yours. That's really one of the first steps. Once you realize this is your energy, it's full, it's abundant, it can do anything. It can defy the laws of physics. It can do anything. Then you realize none of this is impossible. Now is the time to allow fantasy and magic. The Merlin I am. Now is the time to realize there are no limits, there are no barriers, there's nothing holding us back. Yes, on the physical and mental level, there will be adjustments that take place, responding to the consciousness, responding to the new reality that you're going in, that we're all going in. But right now, my dear friends, let's do what we came here to do.